Thank you everybody for coming to our Memorial Day ceremonies. At this time, I would ask that everyone please rise for the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, we'll have our local chaplain, Chaplain Bob Laws, come up for the invocation.
Thank you, David. Covers can remain on inside. Almighty God, Father of all mankind and Judge of our nations, we ask you to bless this Memorial Day service and to look down with favor and understanding upon the hearts of those who are gathered here to pay their respects and tributes. They have made a sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice, and for the benefit of all free men everywhere. For the lives of those who have paid the supreme sacrifice are gloriously here before us. Their deeds constitute a daily inspiration to those like ourselves who remain in their home communities. In God we trust, and may the faith of our fathers protect and sustain the people. God bless the United States of America. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Bob. We're going to be doing a slight little change in our ceremonies today to accommodate for presentation. At this time, I'd like to invite Congressman Seth Moulton up at this time to say a few words.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your service. Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here with you today, and especially to honor 25 local veterans and a local member of the community who's dedicated his life to serving veterans here in Beverly. And I'd like to share with you a quote that inspired me in my service when I first saw it in the fall of 1997 on the World War I memorial in my college church. It says, "While a bright future beckoned, they freely gave their lives and fondest hopes to us and our allies, that we might learn from them courage in peace to spend our lives making a better world for others." Memorial Day exists to honor the sacrifices of those who gave up their young lives, their fondest hopes, to do the things that we all enjoy, have families, have careers, have years of living in the communities that they loved. They gave those things up for us. And while they asked nothing in return, I've always believed that this is a day when we should think about what we can do tomorrow to honor their legacy. As a young platoon commander in Iraq, one of the most difficult questions I ever received was, "Sir, why are we here?" In the midst of that often troubled war, it was a question I heard not infrequently. The answer I always fell back on was, we're here so that nobody has to be here in our place. Veterans come from all walks of life, different colors, different backgrounds, different political beliefs and persuasions. We often had vigorous debates about the merits of the war in which we were engaged. But I've never met a veteran who doesn't believe in peace, didn't hope for peace for his or her sons and daughters, that they might not have to be in our place overseas. That work of peace does take courage, especially in such a hotly divided time as this. Courage to seek the truth, to speak the truth. Courage to stand up for our values here at home that our brave men and women fought for and died for overseas. So today, we honor that service and sacrifice. And tomorrow, let us carry on the work that they started. Thank you. David, are we going to present the certificates now, or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're doing this a little bit on the fly, folks, as we expected to be at the park, so bear with us here.
Okay. Folks, if your name is called, I would ask that you stand so we can see you, bring you your replica plaque. So at this time, we do have 25 individuals who we're hoping are here to be recognized. All these men are over the age of 80. They've served in every branch, and they are all local citizens of Beverly. So the first one, if I butcher your name, please forgive me. Homer Sonny Kingsburg. Are you here, sir? Tony DeTore. Robert U. Johnson. Bob Johnmans. John. Philip Roden. Philip Roden, are you here? Charlie Blue. Louis Tanzer. Angelo Bassapoli. Richard Spalding. Henry Sullivan. Bob Engelhardt. Bob? Glenn Thomas. Arthur Hubbard. Robert Garon. Robert Berry. Ray Atwood. Robert Morin. Emily R. Riolt. Richard Sims. Reno Giolongo. Reno! What should be mentioned is that Reno is also a survivor of Pearl Harbor attacks. Saul Russo. Rocky Tensiaro. Janice McPherson. Eli Schiff. Eli. Bob, are you gonna be okay? I thank you. We will make efforts to get the rest of the plaques and the write-ups from the Congressman's office and Senator Lovely's office to the family members. If there are any family members here today for those gentlemen, please feel free to meet with me after this. But thank you. Thank you for that. Sorry we had to do that on the move. So moving forward, at this time, for those of you who could make it, thank you. I know that there was a last-minute shift, so I'm aware that some of our people to be represented probably could not make it due to the fact that we were indoors. At this time, we're going to bring up Senator Lovely. After her, we'll have Jerry Paracella and then the mayor for his remarks.
Thank you and good afternoon. It's so wonderful to be here with all of you in person this year. Really warms my heart, and I know it warms many of, or all of yours, I'm sure. I'm deeply honored to be with you today to remember all our lost heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice to preserve our freedoms. I want to thank Mayor Cahill and VSO Dave Parenchief for this event to honor and remember our fallen heroes. I am also, as always, honored to serve in the state legislature with my good friend, colleague, and proud veteran, Representative Paracella. I also want to recognize all of our veterans who are here today. We recognize you with deep gratitude and endless respect, and all the men and women who serve and who have served in the United States military. We thank you for your service. On Memorial Day, we stand united to commemorate the legacy and lives of all our heroes who went beyond the call of duty. We honor all those who have endured hardship in the name of freedom, justice, and equality. We join family and loved ones in mourning to honor those who have been lost. Today, we stand in solidarity to honor our veterans and their families in supporting their lasting legacies. We will ever preserve their memories, heroism, and courage each and every Memorial Day. In closing, I want to quote Abraham Lincoln, and I've taken the liberty to modernize his words to include our female military as well. Honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his or hers country's cause. Honor also to the citizen who cares for his or her brother or sister in the field and serves as best he or she can, the same cause. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Lovely. At this time, local representative Jerry Paracella.
Thanks, Dave, and thanks everyone for coming out. Like Senator Lovely said, it's great to be here in person. Last year we had to do a virtual event, so it's great to see all of you folks here. I just want to thank you very much for coming out for Memorial Day. Some may confuse this, whether it's Veterans Day, Memorial Day, but today is the day to honor those who pay the ultimate sacrifice serving our country. I heard a story of a teacher asked her students, so what's Memorial Day mean? And one of the kids said, that's when they open our pool. That could be true, but it is the day to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And though it is the day to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice, I did just want to relay a story that I heard 2 weeks ago. Colonel Ralph Puckett received the Medal of Honor from President Biden. I don't even think a lot of people know this story or heard about it, but it really was amazing when I read it, and I just felt I had to give him the attention he deserves. 70 years ago, he was a lieutenant serving in Korea, and there were 6 attacks on his hill, and he helped lead his men to battle against that attack. He saved many lives, and for that, he was awarded the Medal of Honor. Lieutenant Puckett, now Colonel Puckett, has the Medal of Honor, the Distinguished Service Cross, the second highest medal, 2 Silver Stars, the third highest medal, 2 Bronze Stars with Valor, the fourth highest medal, and 5 Purple Hearts for her service. And I don't think a lot of people even know who Ralph Puckett is, so. Just an amazing American, one of the highest decorated in our country. Speaking of the Medal of Honor, as you may know, we have 2 recipients with Beverly ties who have received the Medal of Honor. Corporal Joseph Hattori was awarded the Medal of Honor for his service in Korea. He was running between machine gun bunker here, machine gun bunker here, machine bunker here, trying to he was being attacked by hundreds and hundreds of Chinese, and he told his men to retreat. So he ran to these bunkers to protect his folks from the attack. Unfortunately, he was fatally shot, but at the end of the day, when they saw the hill the next day, there were 200 Chinese that he had killed. So he had saved many, many of his comrades. And if you haven't seen it, there's a documentary about him on Netflix. It's really, really amazing. We've also got Stephen Doan, a Vietnam veteran who was born in Beverly and served as an infantry officer in Vietnam. His soldiers were pinned down by an enemy bunker. He attacked the bunker, he got wounded, but he had his men retreat. There was another bunker, so what he did was he took a grenade, he ran into the bunker with the grenade, dove in, he neutralized the bunker. Unfortunately, he was killed. But the Beverly Vietnam Veterans Post is named after Stephen Doan. These are just a couple of amazing stories of heroism displayed by those who served our country, including roughly 35,000 from Massachusetts who have died serving our country. Our most recent killed in action in Beverly was Stephen Fortunato in Afghanistan in 2008. And I see his mom, Betty Crawford, here today. Thank you, Betty, for being here. Stephen comes from a long line of Fortunatos who have served their country, including former Mayor Peter Fortunato. Everyone who died has a family that suffers, and for them, every day is Memorial Day. So thank you to all who serve and their families as well. I also just wanted to acknowledge all the volunteers that came out to put flags on the veterans' graves. Typical New England, right? On Wednesday, it was 90 degrees. A lot of these folks were out here putting flags at Central Cemetery. And then on Saturday, it's like 40 degrees and raining. And still like 50, 100 people came out to put flags on. It was just a tremendous showing. And I want to thank Jerry Jalebi and all the other folks that organized it. Just a tremendous job. I'm just going to finish with this quote from our poet Thomas Campbell. "The patriot's blood is the seed of freedom's tree." Thank you, and God bless all those who continue to serve.
Thank you, Jerry. At this time, I have Mayor Cahill come up.
Good afternoon, everybody. What I'd like to do first is make sure I acknowledge my colleagues in local government. We have our City Council President, Paul Guanci, Ward 1 City Councilor, Todd Rotundo, Ward 3 City Councilor, Stacey Ames, Ward 5 City Councilor, Kathleen Feldman, our School Committee President and Ward 1 Representative, Rachel Abel. I'd like to thank them all for joining us. And this always happens. I don't want to miss any of our colleagues in local government. If you're here and I didn't see you, could you please raise your hand? I want to make sure that yes, okay, thank you. Councilor of Ward 4, Scott Hausman, is also with us. Thank you, Councilor. I'd also like to take a minute to double up. First of all, thank you to State Senator Joan Lovely for being here and being such a great partner. But I want to say thank you to Representative Paracella and Congressman Moulton, both for their partnership in government and for their service to our country. So thank you both for your service. And Representative Paracella, thank you for the personal touch and remembrance of some of our local heroes. And I do want to also thank Stephen Fortunato's mom for being here and for the loss, sacrifice that you have undergone and that you live with. And also to our many older veterans who we're honoring today and the ones who are able to be here in person with us, Bob Desjardins, Bob Engelhardt, Reno Giolongo, and Eli Schiff. Thank you all for your service. Also want to thank our two honor guards, our Veterans Honor Guard and our Fire Department Honor Guard, for being here with us. And please remember to move your legs and bend your knees a bit so we can get through this. I want to thank David Parenchief, our Veterans Agent, as well as our fantastic Veterans Council for all the work that you do day in and day out throughout the year to make sure our veterans are remembered and honored. And I'd like to share just a couple of prepared remarks now. So good afternoon. As we gather today to remember and honor Beverly residents and all Americans who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, giving their lives in service of America, in service of democracy, we do so today with a bit more emotion than most years. Because for the first time since Veterans Day 2019, we're able to gather together. And as we do so today, let's reflect for a moment on the journey we have been on these past 15 months since the COVID-19 pandemic hit us all in February of last year. I think most everyone can say at a personal level that we've seen friends and loved ones taken by this virus, and we've seen others who have had to fight long and hard for their survival and recovery. And we, each of us, have been challenged in many and different ways to get through this past year plus so that we can be in attendance here today. So to each of you, God bless you. It really is truly so good to see you here today. And since it's the members of our veterans community who have always carried the mantle and ensured that the sacrifices of your brothers and sisters in arms are remembered and honored each year and through the years, it's especially sad that COVID has taken so many American veterans from us, taken them too soon and in such a devastating manner. In past years, many of these proud veterans helped carry that mantle of remembering and honoring our lost heroes. And whether they were World War II, Korean, Vietnam, or younger veterans, the toll this past year on American and Beverly veterans and their families has been heavy. I know that we all carry these neighbors, friends, and loved ones in our hearts today. And now, let me add my voice to yours as we remember and honor all those American men and women who, from 1775 right up to the present day, have proudly wore the uniforms of the branches of our American military and made the ultimate sacrifice, giving their own lives to protect our country, the principles of democracy throughout the world, all of us, and their own brothers and sisters in arms. As you know all too well, every single one of these heroes had dreams and hopes for their own futures and those of their loved ones. And every one of these heroes left an unfillable void in the hearts and the lives of their loved ones back here at home, a void of lives cut short and lives missed out on. The loss really is too great to do justice with only words, and so the best we can do is to keep them all in our hearts and to work to make sure these good people and great Americans and the price they paid for our freedoms are always remembered and always honored. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor. So at this time, as you know, my office, with the help of members of Mayor Cahill's staff and the City Council, we've started to tackle the issue of the upkeep and maintenance of veteran memorials around the city. The most recent one that we worked on was restoration of the Hall Whitaker plaque from down Bridge Street. So this plaque is 90 years old. It was taken down a number of years ago and it sat. Restoring it was going to be an extremely expensive task, so it was decided to replace the plaque. Well, in the last 2 years, thanks to a SHRAB grant 2 years ago, we've had Mr. Ken McKay, who's been working through my office. He spent a total of 50 hours scrubbing and grinding through 10 layers of heavily oxidized boat paint and all the other damage that comes with it. So at this time, we will show you the results of his 50 hours of work, and there are pictures of the before out in the hallway, which you can see. Now, following that, 2 years ago, the Veteran Council had decided to recognize people within our community who have provided care to the veterans, either through support, medical, dental, whatever it may be. So today, we're going to recognize Dr. Kowalski. This is from G.R. Blyton, Captain of the Medical Service Corps of the United States Navy. I wrote to him, explained to him everything that Dr. Kowalski has done. So he responded in kind. We will show you what is going to go to Dr. Kowalski after this. It is with great pleasure that I commend you for your service, contribution, and dedicated support to our military service veterans. Your service in the military the past 35 years has ensured veterans receive appropriate dental care. You are a pillar in our community, and your humble demeanor is a testament to your continued service before self. Your energy and passion toward veteran care and your never-ending willingness to contribute to our veteran community continues to elevate the well-being of mankind. Your enthusiasm, initiative, and dedication to duty reflects greatest credit upon you, yourself, and are in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Navy. We are honored to know you and serve alongside you, shipmate Bravo Zulu. The second part of this is, for all my fellow veterans, we all know we have our enlisted side, and we have our officer side. Jerry. A good officer can inspire and rally his troops. Good troops can support an officer. Dr. Kowalski is the officer of his office. But it's his troops, his staff, that are also there providing care and service all hours of the day, day in, day out. So the second part of our decision was to how do we recognize everybody at Kowalski Dental. So working with the Veteran Council and going through numerous iterations of what we should grant, how do we show this to represent all the generations of veterans and his staff, we came up with our second plaque. Doc, it's very heavy. We will help you move it. With regards to this, Dr. Kowalski's staff has been phenomenal. Over the last few years I've been working as the VSO, they've been receptive, they've been helpful. If there's something they can't handle, they find me someone who can handle it so I can get the veterans the care they need. That is to be commendable, where he is sending business to other people because it's the right thing to do. That's a trait that you don't see much these days. And to have somebody like that in a small town, that loyalty to the veteran community, that goes a long way with us. So, Dr. Kowalski, thank you. So, at this time, I'd like Chaplain Wallace to come up. We'll be reading the names of this last year.
I need my glasses for the last one. The Jewish war vet, this is a list, I'm sorry. This is a 2-year list due to COVID and everything that's accompanied us the last 2 years of our veterans who have deceased through all of our posts here in Beverly. If we would please stand for the readings. And on this, I think I'm going to ask everyone to uncover. The Jewish war vets had no one to report. The Herman A. Spear Post 331, Gary Flint, Ronald C. LaBerge, Nathan H. Nichols, Joseph R. Pickett, Louis Boykaneski, Robert E. Driscoll. Forrest A. Rogers. Ronald Innocenti. The Victoria Rocky Post hand vets, Edward W. Bartonicki. Fortunato Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 545, James H. Agnew, Walter E. Bailey, Florinello D. Dio, Ralph M. Dodge, William G. Leclerc, Thomas H. Pendergast, Jr., Richard B. Schaefer, Louis Boysinski, Sr., and Robert C. Dickerson. Beverly Vietnam Veterans Post 1, John Fays, Chris Mulligan, and Kay Treffry. And the American Legion Michael J. Cadigan Post, 46 Beverly Farms, William A. Nickel, William C. Nickel, George Bender, Dr. Joseph C. Nichols, Jr., Bill Creasy, and Edward Brown. May their souls rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Please be seated. To John Collins, he runs around all Memorial Day to ensure that proper taps is played, and we should all thank him for every year. Thus closes our ceremony for the 2021 Memorial Day. It is good to see everybody again and to see people in person. Thank you for coming out. At this time, we're done.